Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Introduction to Entrepreneurship 3310. My name is Professor Stephen Wilbur, and I'm excited about talking to you guys. I guess normally I would say this whole semester having great discussions, but I'm going to have to say talking to you guys via videos this whole semester. So what we're going to cover today in this first video is just a quick walk through the syllabus. I want to do a quick introduction of myself. We'll walk through the syllabus and we'll talk about course grading. The goal will be to make sure that hopefully we will answer the vast majority of your questions that you might have about how the course is going to work and operate, how you're going to get graded, what types of things are due. And the goal of this first video is just to provide as much information as we can on that. So let me start with a quick introduction of myself. I'm actually a 1992 graduate of West Point, and then I spent about 10 years on active duty in the military doing all sorts of great things, running all over the world and having fun. Then my wife kind of talked to me one day and said, well, this has been great. We've been together less than half our time as far as our marriage goes. What do you think about maybe getting out and us actually acting like a true married family? I thought that was great and said, sure. And so I got out and actually started a company. I also got my MBA from the University of Houston after I left the military. So that's kind of my schooling component. I've done my undergraduate from West Point and my MBA from the University of Houston. My career, as I said, I did 10 years or so on active duty in the military. And then after that, I started my first company called BTech, which was an IT company here in Houston. And we grew pretty well, did all right. And I was able to sell that after about 7 years in that business. And immediately started another company called Beacon Alliance, which focused on Sarbanes-Oxley compliance and software. And if any of you in the class are accounting majors, you'll know what Sarbanes-Oxley is. It was the rules and regulations that were put in place by the federal government after the Enron scandal actually here in Houston. And it was all about internal controls and making sure that hopefully companies wouldn't have the same types of issues in the future that Enron had had. And so we actually built a consulting firm around that, built some software called Audit GPS, which helped automate quite a bit of the manual stuff companies were doing. And then we sold that company to one of the top 10 accounting firms in the country. After that, I started a private equity firm and have dabbled in all sorts of different businesses, everything from information technology, which, I have a deep understanding of, to a print shop where, like those annoying postcards you guys get in the mail, advertising things. We actually bought and ran a print shop like that out of Florida. We still own a commercial blueberry farm, does about 400,000 pounds of blueberries a year. We have investments in a millwright and winding shop, which is basically turbine repair at, for offshore platforms for any type of business that uses turbines. And we also run a construction firm. So we have quite a few things that we've got our fingers into. But my favorite thing to do is actually teach at University of Houston. It's great to kind of have discussions with students and, share all of the mistakes I've made, because I made a ton of them in trying to get businesses going, to hopefully help you guys when you want to do your businesses, do them a little better. I have a family. I mean, as I've said, I have a great wife. We've been married over 27 years. I have 2 children, one who is in her 3rd year at University of Alabama, although she will be a senior. She graduates this year. And my son, who is a sophomore at Trinity down in San Antonio, and he's, busy playing soccer for them, although not this semester. As everyone knows, the NCAA has pushed all sports to the spring, other than some of the football that, the diehard SEC. My daughter is, an Alabama person, so she's still hoping that they're able to play some down there. So that's just a quick introduction on myself, so who's this person that's talking to us, and is he qualified to talk to us, and what does he actually know, and is anything he's going to say be helpful? Hopefully, these videos will help you learn quite a bit about entrepreneurship. So let's talk about some of the things we're going to cover. Course objectives. Number 1, we want to help you understand the entrepreneurial mindset. Everyone's like, what the heck does that mean? Entrepreneurial mindset? I don't even understand that. Well, really, it's just a way to look at the world. How do I look at the world from an entrepreneur's view? How do I wear glasses that when I put them on my face, it makes me see the world slightly differently? It makes me see it more from an entrepreneurial mindset. And we're going to talk about what those types of things are. I also would like to kind of help you understand how to recognize ideas and business opportunities that might be around you. Every day when you're driving around or buying services or going to a store or trying to figure out how to solve a problem, there could be some sort of business opportunity sitting inside of that. Anytime you're asking a question like, how come I have to do it this way? Or why do I have to stand in this line? Or how come traffic's always so bad? if you're thinking entrepreneurially, your brain will almost automatically be trained to start thinking, wait, is there a different type of business in here? Is there a different type of solution? Is there something I could do about this that would make it better for other people, other customers that are having the same thing? It's understanding how to look at a problem and think of potential solutions, and those solutions then turn into potential businesses. Once you kind of have thought about an idea, then you're going to have to know, well, how do I build a business model, or what type of plan do I build around that? And so we're going to cover quite a bit of that in this course. What are different types of business models? What are all the different things you would need to look at and consider if you wanted to try to potentially take an idea from idea stage to actually business stage? Then you're gonna have to learn how to finance it. I know getting financing for my first ventures, man, it was really hard. It was one of the things that almost sunk our ship more than once. We were growing, we were doing well, but trying to figure out how to keep that venture financed was always a challenge. So we're gonna talk through financing of ventures and different things that you can do to raise money or to get a venture off the ground. And then we're gonna talk about how do you operate this business. So now you've had this idea, you've got it going, but you have to actually operate the business once the business is going. What types of ethical quandaries will I run into? What type of leadership traits do I need to have? What types of things do I need to be demonstrating for my employees? What are the biggest challenges from a leadership perspective I might run into? Those are all the types of things we're going to discuss. And then kind of this other topics area where we'll talk about some accounting things and some legal things and just some general stuff that will hopefully help you run your business more effectively. Okay, we're going to go through this syllabus. Now we're going to go through this a little bit in detail just to make sure that if you have any questions, hopefully we can cover the vast majority of them. And this will answer a lot of your questions on this, on when assignments are due, what types of things we're covering, etc. So as I've said, this is an online course. The entire course will be online. Tests are online. Exams are online. Quizzes, assignments. There is nothing in person right now slated for this course. And that has a lot to do with, as everyone knows, what University of Houston's guidelines are right now for which types of classes can meet in person. My cell phone number is there and my email address is there. So feel free to reach out to me at any time. I'm typically okay on my cell phone till about 10 or 11 at night, and email is the best way to get a hold of me, and use my bauer.uh.edu address. Okay, we already covered the course objectives. One of the things we're doing, because we don't have face-to-face classes, is I'm going to try this entrepreneurship discussion sessions. These are 3 sessions that I will send out a Zoom link to, and you have the option to participate. It's not mandatory, but the goal in these is to get students interacting with each other. And if you have questions and you want answers from me, or you would like to discuss a topic in more detail, or we talked about a topic in class and you have questions around that topic, or you just have a business idea and you want the classes input on it and my input on it, then that's what these sessions are for. They're basically just open forum discussion sessions where we'll kind of all interact with each other and hopefully collaborate and have some fun discussions about whatever topics the students in the class bring up. Again, I will send out a Zoom link for these. The sessions, I've done these for other courses, and they're typically a lot of fun because the students can ask, you know, what do you guys think if I start a clothing company for dogs, all the way to, you know, what do you guys think about if I start a winery? And so topics and discussions have been varied, and they're mostly a lot of fun. Sessions, again, aren't mandatory, but you're encouraged to attend. There's 3 sessions, 10 September, 13 October, and 10 November, and all of them are at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Again, I'll send out a Zoom link for these, and they are not required. Okay, we're also going to have, as part of our video series, a You Can Too speaker series. And you'll see these You Can Too speaker videos on the syllabus already. These videos are going to be made with local entrepreneurs. I've already talked to 3 who have agreed to do interviews and share what it took for them to get their business started and some of the lessons that they learned, some of the problems they had, and also some of the successes and some of the things they did that made them successful. These 3 videos are still pending, as scheduling has been a little bit challenging because of COVID-19, but I am still very hopeful that I will have all 3 of those done and posted as part of your semester videos. You'll see them on the syllabus. And again, the goal is to help you start thinking that, you know what, you can too. Yes, you can start a business. That these interviews will help you see that these people aren't any smarter, don't come from any better background, didn't grow up privileged. It's just they put their nose to the grindstone and decided they could start a business. And my goal is to try to encourage you guys that you can too also start a business. Okay, so then we have our syllabus. The way the syllabus is going to work is that I will be posting videos every week. Sometimes I'll post 2 weeks worth of videos. Sometimes I'll post one. It all kind of depends on how I think things are going and the type of feedback we're getting to the videos, because I'll be adjusting them as we go if needed. But I will post videos for the week no later than 1 p.m. every Monday. So this week's, for instance, you can see 4 videos. There's going to be a course introduction. That's this video we're working on. Another one called Competency Curve. Another one called 3 Questions, which is really an assignment. And then another one called Networking. And so those would be the 4 videos that you would have to cover this week. I may merge the 3 questions into the actual Competency Curve one. And if that happens, then you'll see. I also will post assignments every week to Blackboard. So you'll need to be checking Blackboard. And they have due dates. The due date is always Sunday night, 11:59 p.m. I post it Monday, no later than 1 p.m. It gives you an entire week to do the assignments. The assignments are always going to be related to something from the videos. And so you'll watch the video, then there'll be some sort of assignment. The assignments are not designed to be very time consuming. If it takes you more than 15 minutes to do any one of the assignments, then you might be overthinking it. The goal is to just get you to start thinking about a few things that we've covered in the actual videos for the week. So that's kind of how the schedule will work. Remember, every Monday by 1 p.m., the videos for the week will be posted. The assignments for the week will be posted, and all assignments are due by that Sunday, so you have a whole week, 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can also see that the exams are here posted. So for instance, we have an exam the week of 7 September through 13 September. That exam will also be posted Monday by 1 p.m. You have the entire week to take the exam. We're going to go through some of the exam things down below as far as the way they work, but you have an entire week to take the exam. You do only get to take it once, so you don't get to take it, get a bad grade, take it again, get a better grade, take it again, get a better grade. You take it once, it's kind of one sitting, but I'm providing you an entire week to take the exam in. And each one covers the material to date. So the first exam will cover every bit of material that we covered prior to it. Exam 2 covers the material. 90% of the material is covered from between exam 1 and exam 2. So exam 2, 90% of the material comes from the new topics between exam 1 and exam 2, and maybe 5 to 10% will dip back into some old ideas or concepts, and those are typically things that I want to make sure that students really understand and know. So this is kind of the whole syllabus. You can see videos are already listed here in the other column. You know, things like income statement, balance sheet, pricing, and you'll see some say pricing 1 and pricing 2. That's because I've broken the videos up into chunks just to make sure that, you know, you're not having to sit and listen to a 1 hour long video. I'm trying to make the videos 20 to 30 minutes long a piece, hopefully to hold your attention. You can see that there are 4 exams and then a final exam, and that final exam will run the same way that the 4 exams do, which is November 30th through December 6th. You'll have an entire week to take the final exam. So if you have any questions on the syllabus as far as the class information or the discussion topics, let me know. Now, there may be some syllabus changes due to COVID-19. The school, the university is constantly sending out new information on the way we need to do things. And so if anything that they send out adjusts the way we have to present information in the syllabus, I will make sure that I get it out and announce it through Blackboard, as well as an email announcement as fast as possible. There are no textbooks required for this class. No textbooks. Everything that you need will be either in the videos or on the PowerPoint slides that I post, because I post a set of PowerPoint slides to support the videos for every class. So I will on Monday have up the videos and the PowerPoint slides that support the videos. Grading, there are 4 semester exams plus the final exam for a total of 5 exam grades. But I drop your lowest semester exam grade, not the final. We do not drop the final, but we will drop the lowest of your 4 semester exams. So 3 of your 4 semester exams will count, plus your final. That makes up your grading, and there's a little chart below that we'll go over in a minute that'll help you understand the grading. Exams are given online via Blackboard. All of them are multiple choice, true, false, or fill in the blank. There's typically 40 to 60 questions on each exam, and you get 45 to 60 minutes to answer them, depending on the number of test questions. Make sure that you're in front of a reliable computer on test days. There are no makeups. Once you start it, you have to finish it. So it's kind of like you open it, you have to finish the test at that sitting, but again, you have an entire week to figure out when you want to take the test in. This one's really important. I let you use everything. Open book, open notes, open internet. See it right here? You can use open everything on my tests. You cannot use open each other, meaning don't try to take it in groups. Don't have a chat board open. Don't do a group me session where you're like, what did you guys answer for question 7, question 9, question 10? Now I say this, and every year everyone's like, oh, we would never do that. And every year there's people who set up their own group for these types of things. And almost all the time I find out about it. So just do the best you can to actually try to follow the University of Houston Honor Code. In addition to the exams, there's 14 assignments. Those are worth 10 points each for a total of 140 points. The assignments are what I was talking about earlier. They're going to be no more than 15-minute type assignments, and they support the material that has been covered in the syllabus or in the video for that week, in the syllabus and in the video for that week. Here's how your grades would break down. Here's an example. Let's say that you took 4 exams and you had a 92, an 87, an 88, a 75. We would drop to 75. That was the lowest of your 4 exams. If you got an 83 in your final and you maxed all of your assignment points, 140, you would have had 490 points or a 90.7. That 490 is divided by 540. That's the total number of points available. You'd have gotten an A-. We use the University of Houston grading schedule. So there's no changes to how you're normally graded. I mean, it is the University of Houston schedule, and you have to earn the points to get the grade. Meaning, in my example, I say if you have a 92.999, that's an A-. If you need a 93, you have to get a full 93. The reason we do this is because I don't want to have to say, well, I rounded his up from a 92.75, but I didn't round this one up from a 92.60. So I just don't want to have any of those discussions. I want to make sure that things are fair and things are equitable and that you know the standard prior to even beginning the course. And so you have to obtain the full points to get the grade, meaning you must make a 93 minimum to get an A. So that's how we can do. Now, some additional grading information. Because of the COVID time, if any of you students at the end of the semester decide you want to change your grade, you can take it from, if you made an A or a B or a C, all the way down to a D-. You can change it to a satisfactory instead of having to take the grade. If you made an F, instead of taking an F, you could change it to a no credit reported, an NCR. And you are responsible for just letting me know at the end of the semester if any of you want to change your grade from the actual grade you earned to either a S for satisfactory or an NCR for no grade reported. Resources, again, this course is taught asynchronously, which means there's no designated day or time. There's no Zoom session to log into. I am just going to post the slides and the videos, and your job is to watch them and read them and look it over and then answer the assignments by the due dates. There is no, again, set class times. We do have those 3 entrepreneurship discussions. Again, those are not required, but they are, good times to jump on if you have questions and stuff and you want to have some interaction. But again, it is a asynchronous course. Because of that, you can look at the excused absence policy, but it doesn't really cover what we're doing here. The university has asked us to put on a few other things regarding recording of classes, online learning, UH email. And again, if you have some sort of disability, please make sure you contact the Center for Students with Disabilities so that you can get either forms approved if you need accommodations for testing or anything else, so that you can send me what your accommodations are so that I can make sure I take those into consideration, especially when it comes to exams and testing. And then there's a bunch of other helpful information and links, and I've posted this syllabus online with all of these links, and they're live. So just a bunch of other information in here for you to reference should you want to. So that pretty much covers the syllabus. I know a little painstaking, a little slow, but it helped us figure out kind of what we're doing. If you have any questions, please let us know. There's my email, swilber@bauer.uh.edu, and that summarizes the course introduction. Look forward to teaching you this summer.